always fresh, every day. You're watching Fastlane Daily.
We got some inside news from BMW. They want to build a supercar and it has to be green. Is BMW about to pull the trigger on an eco-friendly M1 revival? We certainly think so. Fisker gets more than just a toy in its kids' meal from the US government. And we asked John Hennessey what the hell's up with all those tuned monsters. All that plus our Motorsports update shakedown with Leo the Super Parente. This week he's in Paris following up with the FIA. Well, sort of. What's up everybody, I'm Derek D. You're checking out Fastlane Daily on a Thursday. Woo!
Fastlane Daily with Derek D. Always fresh every day.
Now it's time for
Today's headlines.
All right, Ian, good job. A report out today from Auto Express suggests that BMW is having serious internal discussions on producing a new high-end eco-friendly supercar. We've already seen two concepts in the past 2 years that resemble the legendary BMW M1 from 30 years ago, so we know where BMW's head's at. A quote, high-ranking insider at the company has revealed that BMW is trying to refine its performance image to not only be competitive, but also green. The insider goes on to say that BMW has most of the fundamental parts for a green supercar already developed, and at this point, it's just about making those technologies work together correctly. Such a project would incorporate all the company's new technologies from the recently revealed vision-efficient dynamics concept car and BMW X6 hybrid, as well as design features from the M1 homage from last year. With Audi eating up the entry-level supercar market with the R8, BMW has to produce something not only beautiful, but geeky and green. But hey, it's BMW, so I think they're up for it. Also news today, Mazda's North American fleet just got a bit more interesting. During a dealer meeting last week, Mazda CEO Jim O'Sullivan announced that 2008's World Car of the Year, the Mazda2, will be making its way to US showrooms in late 2010. O'Sullivan said, "We now believe strongly there is a place in our lineup for a car below our current least expensive car, the Mazda 3. And further described the two as, in short, it will be zoom zoom. Whatever that means, I don't know. But more details will be released closer to the launch date, so if this tickles your pickle, make sure to clear out your schedule when the North American spec Mazda 2 makes an appearance at the LA Auto Show. Oh, and by the way, we will be there. And yesterday we showcased my boy Henrik Fisker in our My First Car segment, and today he's making world headlines. Fisker Automotive has just secured additional financing, $500 million in funding from the U.S. Department of Energy to be exact. It's to build plug-in hybrids right here in the good old US of A. The Fisker Karma, the bread and butter of Fisker Automotive, will soon be hitting the production line, but the $528 million in loans from the government is for Project Nina, which Fisker says will see the design, engineering, and assembly of Fisker Automotive's next-generation plug-in hybrids. This next car is planned to be in the $39,900 price range, which is about half of what the Karma will cost. This news marks the second large investment that's found its way into Fisker's hands this year. Global economic downturn who? Global economic downturn who? I was waiting for the thunder. There we go, thanks. Well, you asked and we delivered. Last week, viewer I'm Oprah Rich tipped us off that he spotted John Hennessey of Hennessy Performance driving around in a brand new Lexus ISF in Central Texas. I'm Oprah Rich. That's really the dude's name?
Apparently.
He wishes. Anyway, he was wondering if Mr. Hennessy was up to anything badass with the ISF. So we made a few calls and got in touch with the man himself. Apparently John Hennessey actually owns an ISF as his daily driver. He says it's a great car, which was originally purchased for research and development, but it turned out that aftermarket parts were too expensive to produce, so they decided to scrap the idea. The potential just wasn't the same as cars such as the new CTS-V. He also went on to note he has a new CTS-V on order and will be swapping the F for the V when it arrives. He said, "We plan to build a 1,000 horsepower twin-turbo system. We feel that it has the potential to be a 230 plus miles per hour vehicle." So you heard it here first, straight from the horse's mouth, or just John Hennessey's mouth, or his fingers as he typed us the email. Any one of those works. Next up, your Motorsports Recap Shakedown with Leo Parente. That's right after this.
For a bagel and cream cheese to be good, it needs to be fresh. For automotive news to be good, it needs to be fast, fresh every day. Just like Fastlane Daily. Always fresh, every day. Fastlane Daily.
here in Paris at the site of last Monday's World Motorsport Council with exclusive insight into what really happened behind the closed doors of this prestigious Hall of Justice. Wait a minute, that's a Starbucks. Anyway, first, Nelson Piquet testified, now claiming that every one of his 452 crashes was ordered by Briatore and Simmons. Then it was Flavio's turn, walking in on his own theme song. That's actually his song. It's on his website. So then the rulings. Everyone thought Renault suffered no monetary fine, but the council mandated Piquet must still drive for the French team. Their assumption being that Nelson Jr.'s crash damage costs will be a heavier financial penalty than they could ever impose via legislation. Then to assure no more driver cheating, the council ruled that Piquet must race this three-seater and be accompanied by 2 actual FIA officials all the time. However, in a last-minute overruling, it was decided a better penalty would be to mandate Flavio and Nelson Sr. into the passenger seats so that they could arrive first at any future Piquet crash. And that would be proper punishment. And Fernando Alonso? While ruled not involved with Renault's breach of regulations, the council noted that this guy is now 2 for 2 in scandal attendance, McLaren Spygate and Renault Crashgate. So Alonso was questioned about his whereabouts during the Hindenburg disaster, the Bush election of 2000, and GM's bankruptcy. Now back to the normally scheduled shakedown. This week, DTM and Coney Challenge. Audi took another podium sweep in Spain, moving Timo Scheider closer to a DTM championship repeat. DTM cars are all about aero design, suspensions, and max tuning of their 4-liter, normally aspirated V8s. The rules have been restrictive since 2000 and recently refrozen for 2010 to specs run at the August Nürburgring race, all to control costs and keep the racing close. The space frame chassis with a carbon fiber driver tub, like the tub in the new McLaren MP412C, was mandated in 2005, but suspension layouts have been a free zone for engineering, as was aero, which is how you end up with this festival of flaps at the back of the Audi. And the latest rear wing trend, the swan neck mount, because a cleaner underwing makes more downforce. P.S. I expect every old Hyundai Elantra racer to be sporting this look by Friday. In America, in the old days, we had something called Trans Am. Not Burton or Smokey Act, which by the way is where that idiot Darrell Waltrip stole his NASCAR boogity boogity line, and you wonder why I hate the South. No, this Trans Am. 60s and 70s road racing Mustangs, Camaros, Challengers, Porsches, BMWs, and more. Well, in Grand Am Coney Challenge, it may be back. We already have Mustang, and thanks to Ford's new body and white sales push, it'll be even easier to get in the game. $49.95 gets you the starter kit. And now Camaro is in, with this near clone of the famous 1969 Penske Sunoco car. Riley Technologies got the build gig from GM. Stevenson Motorsports will be the first to put one on track at VIR on October 4th, with David Donahue driving like his dad did in the original. Coney Challenge, Grand Sport and Street Tuner classes, 12 marks, everything from Acura to Mini. The rules are very restrictive on mods. 500 cars have to be produced to race. The spec tire is Hoosier, and of course, you gotta run Coney shocks. So the series is a showcase of the true grunt of the real car, and the mastery of the tuning shop that built it and set it up, plus the driving. And trust me, smoother is faster, until you get to the brake zone. Then it's like an NFL pass route. Positioning versus the opponent and a little bumping gets the job done. And now, for no particular reason, I leave you with some karting action from the Isle of Man.
Thanks, Leo. Really had me fooled with that whole Paris thing. Anyway, that about does it for Fastlane Daily today, but man, I'm friggin' hungry.
You left your bagel on my desk.
You just read my mind. Thanks, Ian.
It's a pretty good bagel.
Oh, nice. Oh, and speaking of hungry, right here on Next New Networks, the same network that brings you Fastlane Daily, a new show was launched today. It's called Hungry Nation. Head over to hungrynation.tv, and if you're as hungry as I am, I think you'll dig it. Also, this weekend I'm in Boston hosting College Fest 2009. Head over to collegefest.com, click on entertainment, check out your boy. It's gonna be fun, all right? I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. That was a good bagel. That was a really good bagel. This is everything. Everything's on it. It's delicious. I don't chew with my mouth open normally. Why are you all up my grill?